What if the world's most baffling deaths weren't random accidents, but cases shrouded in mystery that still haunt investigators? Imagine living in a place where eerie deaths occur, and no one has been able to figure out who, how, or why. Across the world, there are locations where the truth behind brutal killings remains hidden, despite years of investigation. Some cases are decades old, with no answers in sight, while others continue to twist and turn in the most unexpected ways. In this video, we'll dive into the top 8 places where mysterious death cases still puzzle the public and authorities alike. Stay tuned, because some of these stories might just keep you up at night. Let's get started. 1. Lake Bodom, Finland, 1960. Lake Bodom, a tranquil and scenic place in Finland, became infamous in 1960 when 4 teenagers went camping by the lake. In the dead of night, they were attacked inside their tent, leaving 3 of them dead and 1 severely injured. The survivor could never identify the attacker, and the case has haunted the village ever since. Despite numerous suspects and modern forensic reinvestigations, the identity of the killer remains a mystery. Could it be a random act of violence, or is there something darker lurking in the shadows of this peaceful lake? Local legends continue to surround this case, suggesting that the killer could have been someone close to the victims, but no concrete evidence has ever been found. 2. Somerton Beach, Australia, 1948. In 1948, an unidentified man was found dead on Somerton Beach, Australia, with a strange clue in his pocket: a tiny piece of paper with the words "Tamam should" printed on it. These words, which mean ended or finished, only deepened the mystery. There were no signs of injury, no identification, and no clear cause of death. For decades, the case baffled authorities and the public, with theories ranging from espionage to an elaborate suicide. More recently, DNA testing has proposed a possible identity for the man, but the full story remains unsolved. Who was this man, and why did he die in such a mysterious way on a quiet Australian beach? Theories have suggested connections to international espionage, leading some to believe the man could have been a spy, but no definitive evidence has ever been found. His body was never identified, and the enigmatic phrase "Tamam should" still echoes through the years as the public's last clue. Could this be a case of a spy who failed to finish his mission, or a random death that has puzzled the world for decades? 3. Setagaya, Tokyo, Japan, 2000. In December 2000, the Miyazawa family, a mother, father, and 2 children, were brutally murdered in their home in the Setagaya district of Tokyo. What makes this case even more unsettling is that the killer stayed in the house for hours after the murders, eating food from their fridge and even using their computer. Despite leaving behind a wealth of evidence, including clothing and DNA, the murderer has never been caught. The chilling part of this case is that the killer left the crime scene without a trace, seemingly vanishing into thin air. How could someone commit such a horrific crime and leave no trace behind? The killer's actions, including washing his hands and removing his clothing, suggest that the crime was carefully planned, yet the killer remained calm throughout. Investigators have speculated that the killer may have known the family, but the lack of a clear motive and the bizarre nature of the crime continue to haunt the investigation. The case remains one of Japan's most disturbing unsolved mysteries, and many wonder if the murderer will ever face justice. 4. Hinterkaifeck Farm, Germany, 1922. In the remote Hinterkaifeck farmstead in Bavaria, Germany, a mass murder took place in 1922 that still haunts investigators. 6 people were killed one by one, and the strange part? Evidence suggested the killer may have stayed on the farm for several days after the murders. The cattle had been fed, and smoke was seen coming from the chimney. Could the killer have been someone who knew the victims well, or was there something more sinister at play? The idea that the murderer might have lived among the bodies for days before fleeing the scene is a chilling thought that has made this one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in Germany. No one knows who did it, and the farm remains a chilling reminder of a brutal, unsolved crime. 5. Gilgo Beach, New York, USA, 2010. Gilgo Beach, located on Long Island, New York, became notorious when remains, mostly belonging to sex workers, were discovered along the isolated highway in 2010. While recent arrests have been made, particularly of suspect Rex Heuermann, many aspects of the case remain unsolved. The haunting nature of this case lies in the fact that the killings seem to have spanned many years, with authorities only beginning to connect the dots recently. The isolated beach area, once a quiet escape, now serves as the site of ongoing investigations into a possible serial killer. The true extent of the killings is still being uncovered, and many wonder how long the murders went unnoticed by the authorities. Could there be more victims whose stories have yet to be revealed? As the investigation continues to unfold, questions remain about how many more lives may have been lost along the desolate stretches of highway. Some believe the true killer may still be at large, and others fear that even more bodies could be waiting to be discovered. 6. Highway 16, Highway of Tears, Canada, 1960s. Highway 16 in British Columbia, Canada, known as the Highway of Tears, has become a symbol of tragedy, as it has witnessed the disappearance and murder of dozens of Indigenous women since the 1960s. While some of these cases have been linked to serial killers, many remain unsolved. The sheer number of missing women along this highway has raised concerns about systemic issues within Canadian society and the police force. Despite efforts to solve the cases, there are still many unanswered questions. Why has this stretch of highway become a site of such tragedy? And why does it seem that justice continues to slip away for the victims? The highway is not just a road. It's a symbol of the ongoing fight for justice and awareness of missing and murdered Indigenous women. 7. Kingsbury Run, Cleveland, USA, 1930s. During the Great Depression, Cleveland was terrorized by the Cleveland torso murderer, who killed at least 12 victims, often dismembering their bodies. The victims, many of whom were vulnerable members of society, were nearly impossible to identify. Despite a high-profile investigation led by Eliot Ness, the killer was never caught. The brutality of the killings, combined with the city's economic struggles, created an environment where the murders went largely unchecked for years. The torso murderer's gruesome acts left a dark mark on Cleveland's history, and to this day, the identity of the killer remains a mystery. Could the murderer have been someone well known in the community, or was this a case of a completely anonymous killer with no clear motive? Many of the victims had no known family or close ties to the community, making it even more difficult to trace the killer. The case remains one of the most disturbing unsolved mysteries from Cleveland, with some speculating that the killer may have even had connections to law enforcement. 8. Villisca, Iowa, USA, 1912. In 1912, 8 people, including 6 members of the Moore family and 2 guests, were found dead in the Villisca Axe murder house. The crime scene was gruesome, and despite several suspects being tried, no one was ever convicted. The house has since become a place of interest for both true crime enthusiasts and paranormal investigators, who report strange occurrences in the building. The mystery surrounding the Villisca Axe murders has intrigued many for over a century, with some suggesting that the killer was a stranger passing through town, while others believe it may have been a personal vendetta. Why did this horrific crime happen, and who was behind it? The unanswered questions continue to haunt the residents of Villisca. For many, the eerie silence of the house, now a tourist attraction, serves as a chilling reminder of the brutal murders that took place there. Some local historians believe the killer may have been someone who knew the victims and waited for the perfect moment to strike, but the truth remains elusive. There you have it, 8 mysterious death cases from around the world that continue to perplex investigators and intrigue the public. These chilling stories remind us that some answers remain hidden, and some killers walk free. Could the truth ever be uncovered? What do you think happened in these eerie cases? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most baffling mysteries. Until next time, keep questioning the unknown and never stop searching for the truth.